If you ever experience a lack of self-confidence, I've got magic to share that will make feats that seem inconceivable today entirely possible tomorrow. My name is Annabelle. I am an extremely powerful magician, as of course are you. And before we get going, let me give you a tip. If you are a very clever person with a minuscule attention span, like me, adjust the playback of this lesson to 1.25 speed. It helps me greatly to absorb even when I'm feeling scattered. The information I share on this channel can genuinely change your life to an overall experience of joy and bliss instead of suffering. So it would be sensible to subscribe and click the little picture of a bell so that you never miss a thing. I received a question. Anna, how can I boost my self-confidence once and for all? This is a topic that plagues so many people. Lack of confidence can hold us back in all areas of our lives, from building a career to building fulfilling relationships. And so finding a way to solve this problem is vitally important so that you can pursue your desires, dreams, and ambitions. And pursuing your desires is a very sacred calling. Don't you dare let anybody try to convince you otherwise. Before we progress to the magic, let's first properly understand what we are speaking about. Lack of self-confidence is actually fear, dressed up prettily so that we don't have to acknowledge the brutal truth. All those things we're not doing is because we're afraid. So a lack of self-confidence is not a personality trait, it is a human trait. We all experience fear. And self-confidence, as you know when you feel it, is the deep belief in your abilities and skills and the embracing and adoring of the quirks and differences that make you so uniquely you. Someone who is very self-confident exudes a kind of natural power, and that is part of what needs to be unpicked, because very often among sensitive, spiritual, soulful people, power has something of a bad reputation. So people will prefer to stay lacking confidence rather than be accused of being power-hungry or arrogant, as if that was such a terrible thing. So if you feel uncomfortable being powerful, that is definitely something you will need to explore before being able to consistently move past your fear. Moving past fear, bravery, in other words, is an act of personal power, so you won't be able to do this unless you are okay with experiencing yourself that way. And of course, you need to embrace the concept of your personal power in order to fulfill your soul's mission on earth. As an example of bravery, I vulnerably share this story. Typically, when I am preparing to record one of these lessons, my inner critic, holder of the vessel called fear, berates me. You look like a clown, you look like a fucking clown, everybody is laughing at you. Oh, beloved, I respond, thank you so much for protecting me and keeping me from harm, but really, I am okay. I don't mind too much if people laugh. I like my makeup like this. I'm going to be okay. This is to illustrate that despite all this, I do not experience myself as confident. I experience myself as brave. For practical and actionable advice, the first suggestion I make is to work with your deities. If you are into planetary magic as I am, then making a petition to Mercury for confidence in matters of business and communication, to Venus in matters of love and relationships, in Jupiter in matters of money, Mars for confidence in competition, Saturn for confidence holding boundaries and feelings of safety, for example. These will all serve you very well. If you have an interest in working with the energy centers of the body, called the chakras in Eastern traditions, then finding a meditation and embodiment practice specifically to heal the root chakra is recommended for giving a great sense of security. Another extremely powerful practice for developing your confidence is affirmations. If you have watched my previous lesson on the subject, you'll know that I personally prefer really good questions. So I suggest consistently and repeatedly asking yourself something like, how did I become so confident? How did I unlock such courage and power? Ask yourself the questions, and then when the hint of an answer pops into your thoughts, follow it with the tenacity of a hound on a scent. But remember this vital point: magic requires a mundane means to manifestation. In other words, you need to also do the things that will enable your self-confidence to grow, which means, I am sorry to tell you, challenging your fears. In my own experience, confidence follows action, not the other way round, and were we to wait to feel confident in order to act, indeed we would wait forever. Confidence grows by repeatedly doing scary things and discovering that in fact the worst case scenario very rarely happens. And if it does, we are able to alchemize that pain, the rejection, humiliation, the negative feedback or troll comments, into power. And you will see more about that in my lesson on Quick and Dirty Alchemy, which is invaluable on this subject. The work required in order to be able to do these scary things is to consistently question and reframe the stories we tell ourselves, and recognize that the fear itself is a construct of our own imagination. We have imagined ourselves into this state of trembling paralysis. Once we recognize this, we can of course imagine ourselves into a different and more empowered state. Developing self-confidence and personal power is very much a practice and not, I am afraid to tell you, something that is done once and for all. Again, my experience has been that by making a point of doing something terrifying and then noting the results, the stories I tell myself about the dangers of risking criticism, negative feedback or ridicule loosen their grip, and my capacity for doing more scary things expands. When the universe puts a frightening step in your path and you take it, your guidance becomes clearer, intuition stronger, personal power increases, and the rewards from the universe are greater. Your holy guardian angel loves to see you afraid and loves to see you be brave. Beautiful soul, I truly hope this little lesson has helped you on your step to serene self-confidence and expanded personal power. I can't wait to see what you have in store for the world now that you no longer allow fear to hold you back. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe for more life-changing lessons. I love you, and I will see you here next time.